When you're ready.
Hello Year 7 and welcome to Central Academy. I'm the Principal and my name is Miss Bacon. Hope to see you all really soon.
Hi, I'm Miss Cottrell. I'm Head of Learning for Year 7. I've been hearing lots and lots about you all and I'm looking forward to meeting you again in September.
Hi there, my name is Miss Doyle. I'm a Special Educational Needs Coordinator here at Central Academy. My role is to support our pupils who are having difficulty accessing the curriculum for whatever reason, such as learning difficulties, social, emotional, mental health difficulties, or physical and sensory difficulties. I work with a number of professionals, teachers, and most importantly parents to find strategies to enable them to succeed. If you're a parent with a child with SEN, please fill in a slip on your way out with the details of what you wish to discuss, and either myself or a member of the team will get back to you shortly, and I look forward to working with you in September.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your tour of Central Academy. This is our reception area where any queries related to school can be answered. This is the atrium. This is where you will go first thing on a morning when you arrive to school. Lunch and break times can be spent in here. We also have a lunch hatch where, if you wish, you can buy food from. This is our school library. Here we have a wide range of books that you can choose from. We also have our honours section in the library, which I will talk to you more about in my presentation. We have computers here that can be used for homework and also at break and lunchtime. Our rose garden is an area specifically for Year 7. You can spend break and lunchtime here. Sometimes this can be a quiet area to meet up with friends. This is one of our DT classrooms. In DT, you can make a wide range of different projects. You can also learn a lot of new skills. Here in food technology, you can learn about, design, and make lots of different recipes. We have toilets on every floor in the school building. The pastoral area is where all the heads of learning are based, and that's where you can find me, Miss Cottrell. I will be there at break and lunchtime and various times throughout the day. This is our SEN area of school. This can sometimes be a quiet place to sit and reflect or to work one-to-one with learning support. This is one of our computer areas. All of our computer areas are set out in a very similar way and are at opposite ends of the school building. This is a setup of one of our typical classrooms within school. Most classrooms are set out in the same way. In art, you will get the opportunity to learn and create lots of exciting new projects. Here is one of our science labs. Most of our science labs are set out the same. Within your lessons, you will learn lots of new and interesting facts and get to take part in practical lessons. Our sports hall in school is where some of your PE lessons will take place. We have a wide range of facilities here. We also have a brilliant climbing wall. Our AstroTurf is used at break times to play football and also for PE lessons. I hope you've enjoyed your tour of the school, and I hope you're as excited to start Central in September as we are to see you all back.
Welcome to Year 7. My name is Miss Bacon and I'm the Principal of Central Academy. It's lovely to have so many of you in the building with us today, and it's such a shame we haven't been able to do what we would normally do, but nonetheless we thought it was really important that you at least had the chance to come in and meet some of the staff and some of your classmates before we start in September. So my role this year is to do a virtual presentation to you, and normally I'd be doing this in the evening after you've spent a whole day with us and you'd be feeling really excited about coming in September. I hope that's still the case, because we can't wait to see you and crack on and make you a real key part of our school community here at Central. So my role this evening is slightly different from what I would normally do, and I know that you'll have a virtual tour as part of your induction this year. But my role really is to tell you a little bit about Central Academy and about the community that you'll be joining. One of the things about joining a new secondary school is that children have their top worries, and when I talked to Year 7 about the things that they worried about most, here are some of the things that they told me. Will I make friends? And now they tell me they've made loads of friends. I was new to Central Academy last year and it's such a friendly community. When you join your tutor group and you see everyone in there, you'll see that there's lots of children from different schools in there, and people settle down and make new friends as well as remembering their old friends from primary school. Will I like the teachers? Your teachers will definitely like you. We love having new Year 7s in school and we love watching you learn. And so many times I hear the teachers talk about how proud they are of what their Year 7 classes are doing. So as long as you try your very best in lessons, I'm sure you will enjoy the lessons because they're so interesting, well prepared, and it opens your mind up to whole new ideas. So I'm sure you will like the teachers. What do I do if there's a problem? Well, from time to time there are problems, but the most important thing to remember is that if you have a problem, tell an adult. You must tell somebody. Now, the first adult that you might think about telling is your form tutor, and you'll probably meet your form tutor today. If not, then find another adult that you could talk to, maybe Miss Cottrell, who you've already seen on the welcome video, because she's your head of learning for Year 7. But any other adult in the school will help you if you have a problem. But the most important thing is that you tell us. Will I get lost? Yes, you probably will. I did when I joined Central Academy last year. But if you remember that every room where you have a lesson has a room number, and the numbers are really easy. On the ground floor, all of the room numbers begin with 0. On the first floor, they begin with a 1. And on the top floor, they begin with a 2. But remember, there's lots of other older children in the building and they're used to having new students join, and they'll give you a hand if you get lost. Now, coming to and from school is quite different at secondary school because your mum or dad might bring you to start with, but later on you may come by yourself, or you might decide that's something that you want to do to start with. So if you know that you're coming in by yourself in September, you might want to practice walking to school to see how long it takes you. Or if you're riding your bike, you could do the same thing. And if you are riding your bike, that's absolutely fine, but we do ask that all children wear a helmet when they're on their bikes, just so that they're safe coming to and from school. So what does it mean to be part of Central Academy? Well, actually, it's not very complicated. What we want are happy children who achieve well, because we know that when you're happy in school, you will do well and you will learn. One of the things we did last year was all of the students and the staff and parents and governors, we decided we wanted to have our own values, our core values, and these are the things that matter most to us. So when you look at our badge, you'll see around the edges now that we have respect, determination and love. And the whole school community decided together that these were the words that probably best described what we're trying to achieve at Central. So I'm just going to talk about that in a little bit more detail now. So our vision for Central Academy, this is what we want. We really want to be the first choice school for the communities we serve, because we're the best school for their children, and that's you. So C stands for a caring community. And we are a caring community where we look after each other. We look to find the best in everyone and actively help each other. We're enthusiastic about education, about learning, and about making a difference to our community and the world. We never give up. We are determined as individuals and as a community to show resilience when we're challenged, so that when we leave education, we're well equipped to deal with the modern world. We believe in total teamwork, and our focus is on knowing every individual really well and working together to learn and achieve well beyond expectations, and to make your experience of school rich and happy. We believe very strongly in respect. So that's respect for myself and for others, so that I can understand and value similarities and differences in others. We're ambitious. We want to do well in everything we undertake, regardless of our starting point. And love, learning and leading. We're really proud of the love and care we show each other. We're proud of our love of learning, and that's academic learning, spiritual, moral and social learning, and everything beyond the classroom as well as in it. And we nurture leadership because we know that our students of today are our leaders of tomorrow. We're part of United Learning, which is a really large group of schools who are all over the country, and they include primary schools, secondary schools and independent schools. Now, the reason that this is important is because this does mean something for you. And what you can see on the screen now are just some of the people that we work with. And it's a large group of different charities and other organisations, which means that we have access to lots of different and exciting activities and opportunities that if you weren't part of such a large group, this wouldn't happen. But what the events programme shows us is that our students have experience they would never otherwise get, and they have opportunities to do new and exciting activities outside of Carlisle, as well as to meet other children from across the group. Now, we do have great expectations, but those are great expectations on everybody. So first of all, the list that you see here is all about you, our new Year 7 students. We do expect you to be kind to each other and to other people around you. We ask you to be a good listener because that's important as you grow into a young adult, but also important for your learning. We expect you to be honest and we expect you to tell the truth, and sometimes that's quite hard, but we still expect it. We expect you to be hardworking. We expect you to be risk-taking, and that doesn't mean taking silly risks that put you in a dangerous position. The risk-taking is very much about your learning, because you're going to come up against things that you've never done before, and instead of thinking, I can't do it, think, I'll try, I'll do my best. So that's what we mean by risk-taking. We expect you to be ambitious, to try and do well at everything that you attempt. And never mind if you've never done it before or you don't quite understand it, give it a go, be ambitious. And we also expect you to be forgiving, because sometimes things go wrong and we need to learn to forgive each other in order to move on. And quite rightly, you and your parents must have expectations of us at Central Academy, of all the staff. Now, what can you expect from us? Well, everything that you can see there. You can expect us to be kind, to listen, to be honest, to work hard, to take risks, to be ambitious, and also to forgive. But in addition to that, you can expect us to be available, so that if you need us, we are here, and to be approachable, and always to be professional and to work in your best interests. And finally, we do have expectations of parents as well. It's so important to us that we work together in a partnership with parents, because at the centre of all of this is your child, and we don't take that responsibility lightly in the same way that you don't either. So what we ask of parents is that you support our ethos, support the idea of love, respect and determination for your child throughout the whole 7 years that they'll be at Central Academy. We do expect that you support the staff and be ready to listen to both sides. As I've said, things do go wrong occasionally, but it's really important that we're both ready to listen to each other and not jump to conclusions. We ask you to be a co-learner with your child. So what I mean by that is once they've had their day at school and they come home, ask them about their day. Ask them to explain something new that they've learned, because we all know that when we teach something, it really becomes embedded as learning in our memories, and it's really helpful if a parent can do that every day with their child while you're having your tea. We ask you to be easy to get hold of. If we need to contact you, we must have contact details that are current and up to date, and please give us contact details where you're going to be able to answer the phone or respond to an email very quickly. That's super important. But also, we do expect parents to make sure that their child is in school on time every day. We do aim for 100% attendance, and there are a lot of students that manage that, because we know that once learning is missed, it's very difficult to catch up. And I think we've all felt the effects of that this year when learning has been missed. So we're so keen to make sure that attendance is really high and is a priority from day one. We are a strict uniform school, but your tutor will talk you through that. It's nothing to worry about, and I know that things have been a bit difficult with shops being shut. But all students do need to be in correct uniform in September, and we know that a greater variety of shops have now been sourcing school uniform as well. Your form tutor will be able to give you details, and I know that you will have a booklet in your induction pack that will tell you all about it. And if you have any concerns at all, because I know that this can be a worry for both parents and new students, do send an email to the address that you see on the screen now. But you will find lots of information as well on the parent information section of our website. Now, it was interesting, when we worked on our values in school, some of the students were talking about uniform, and this is way back, I think, in February or March time. And when they were looking at the badge, I was listening to what they were saying, and they were saying, well, respect is all about your uniform in some ways, because it shows that we respect each other, and actually we respect ourselves because of the way that we dress. And that was a student perspective, and I thought that was very interesting. The other student they were talking to said, yes, but I also think it's about love, because we love our school and we love our community, and the way we dress shows that we love our school. So on to September, and this is the most asked question, is what's going to happen in September? The answer is we're not sure yet. But we do know that there are possible scenarios, and we have a plan in place for all of them. The first one is that we're all back to school normally. Now, we know that social distancing rules have been changed quite significantly, and that most shops and businesses will be back to normal in July, which does make me really optimistic that we'll be back to school normally in September. We don't know yet, but that is a possibility. A second possibility is that we're back, but maybe in a kind of bubble, similar to primary school, but it is different at secondary. The reason for that is that because we have subject specialists, each class needs a different teacher. So whilst there is a kind of bubble, it's not a total bubble because the teacher will change according to the subject. We haven't had any guidance on that yet, so we're just waiting to see what comes out. A third possible scenario is that we are partially back on a rota system. This might mean that some year groups are in school for some of the time, and then they would continue with learning at home, and we have a very good online system for that we've used during lockdown. Personally, my hope, and I think everybody else's really, is that we're all back to school normally in September. What I can tell you for definite is that whilst this is not a perfect system that I've just described, as soon as we know what is happening, we will tell you. And finally, I can't wait to meet you in person. I will have seen some of you in the atrium either before you came into your classroom, or I might see you afterwards because I will be around. But really, I can't wait to meet you. It's so exciting when all of our new students come in September. And I just want to leave you with one thought. And this is the phrase that the students came up with as their favourite phrase to describe what they want for their school, which is now your school as our newest members of Central Academy. And they said, be determined, be ambitious, and be the heart of Central Academy. And that, our new Year 7s, is what I really want for you. See you really, really soon, and I do hope it's as soon as it can be in September.
Welcome to Central Academy. I'm Miss Cottrell, your Head of Learning for Year 7. This year, our transition is very different, and even though we can't go with our initial plan, I hope we can explain what it is like being a student at Central. I hope that we can answer your questions today and help you to feel excited about joining us in September. Your school day is made up of 5 one-hour lessons, 1 break and 1 lunchtime. You will be given your timetable on the first day and will be able to spend time with your tutor and classmates, getting to know each other and making friends. Tutor time happens twice a day. Once, first thing in the morning, where you will have time to make sure that you are organised and ready for the day ahead. Any questions can be asked and information will be passed on by your tutor. The second time is in the afternoon. This will be spent reading. We have a brilliant library that is a great resource, and reading is key to every student at Central. As a group, we will have assembly once a week on an afternoon. Our assemblies are an important part of the moral, social and cultural development of our students. In our assemblies, we take pride and celebrate individual student achievements. At times, prizes and certificates are given for these achievements. Lunchtime is a very busy but enjoyable time at Central. You can buy food from the canteen or bring in your own packed lunch. ID cards that will be individual to you are used to buy food. Parents or carers can top up your account through Parent Pay. Your ID card will be given to you on your first day. Lunchtimes can be spent in the Rose Garden. This is just for Year 7. On the AstroTurf, in the atrium, or in our library. We also have clubs that run over lunchtimes. Homework is an important part of your time at school. This will be given regularly by your teachers. We also run a homework club which can provide you with a quiet space to work. One main thing about homework is don't worry. If you're stuck or unsure, just ask. That is why we're here. All of your teachers will be more than happy to help. You will also be given a knowledge organiser for each subject, and this will contain lots of information needed for your lessons. This is a booklet which has a topic summary for each subject for every half term. You need to look after these and bring them to your lessons. Great expectations link into hard work, which links into rewards. Formopoly, as you can see, is our spin on Monopoly. You have to work together in your tutor groups to make your way around the board, picking up prizes along the way. Lots of challenges are given in Formopoly, and our students have found it to be lots of fun. You will also see we have our perfect term certificates. These link into behaviour, attendance and punctuality. Perfect terms equal prizes. Lastly, you will see our Honours application card. This is a brilliant challenge that links into representing our school in many ways. Reading books from our Honours section and working towards and improving targets are to name but a few challenges. We are very committed at Central to rewarding positives, progress and hard work. As you can see, our values of love, respect and determination are at the heart of everything that we do. A mentor is someone that can support you within school. We have Year 11 and Year 10 mentors in our school that will be working with a number of students in September, whether this to be buddy up on reading or to help with organisational skills. Our mentors are committed to helping younger students to feel confident, help them improve their skills and encourage them to reach their goals. At times in school, things will go wrong. You might make a mistake, forget something or receive a detention. Detentions are not given for not being able to answer questions in class or getting lost because you're starting a new school, but are given for lateness and choosing not to complete homework. It's important to note that we all make mistakes, but how we learn from them and move forward is important. We will help you in any way that we can. Be honest. If things go wrong, that's okay. I hope by now I've managed to meet all of you on your way in for your appointments, and I look forward to meeting you all again in September. 2 quotes I like to end with are, do the right thing even when no one is watching, and you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. These for me sum up school. Thank you for your time today, and thank you for visiting us at Central. Have a brilliant summer holidays.